Good morning and welcome to today's press briefing. I would like to start by saying that we are conscious of the fact that the insurgency has made life worse for many citizens in several geopolitical zones across the country, such as the Northeast, the Northwest, North Central, and the Southeast in particular. We also recognize the apprehension occasioned by kidnappings recorded recently in the Federal Capital Territory and other areas in the country. While we may not have all the answers at this time, we assure citizens that we are working assiduously to address the security situation both in the immediate and in the long term to ensure safety of lives and property and for citizens to live in a peaceful environment and enjoy a prosperous life. This we know is achievable, and we are focused on achieving it. We will destroy the cancer of terrorism that is ravaging our country, which is creating these situations that are witnessed in the Plateau, which is happening once again, and in other areas around the country. It is our duty to protect citizens and create a safe environment for them to have a prosperous future. We do not take lightly of the privilege and the enormous responsibility that come along with it. It is for this reason that we constantly rejig our operational strategies in order to adopt a course of action that best makes this ugly experience unlikely in the future. Accordingly, we have deployed special forces to some of the hotspots in order to conduct targeted operations. We have also deployed several battlefield enablers to enhance intelligence and strike capabilities on the terrorists. For instance, in the FCT and environs, we conducted offensive operations to the following locations: Cashew Forest, Kwaku, Gombe, Kadoro, Tukumba, all in Kuje Local Government Area Council. Other areas covered include Kau, Igu, Tukolo, Gaba, Zuma 1, Zuma 2, Sherry, Pape, Jikoko, Bega Kweri, Inkuchi villages, all in Buhari Local Government Council of the FCT. To the neighboring states, beginning with Niger State, troops covered the following locations: Guaraka, Apple Forest, Yina, Sabo Wusa, Garam, in Tafa Local Government Area of Niger State. Additionally, troops covered Numan and Basa in Akwanga and Nasarawa states, respectively. In the North Central, we are currently faced with a challenge, particularly in Plateau State, and it all emanated from tension breaking out in Mangu on the 23rd of January. The situation escalated and resulted in the breakdown of law and order in Mangu and adjoining communities. The crisis started from Gangaram, Wata, and it escalated to other parts of Mangu local government area despite concerted efforts by troops deployed to the general area to restore normalcy. During the course of my brief, I will speak more about that situation. During the week under review, troops neutralized 94 terrorists and arrested 171 of them. Troops also arrested 43 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 29 kidnapped hostages. In the South-South, troops denied the oil theft of an estimated sum of over 485 million naira. Furthermore, troops recovered 168 assorted weapons and over 2,700 assorted ammunition. The breakdown include one general purpose machine gun, 85 AK-47 rifles, and over 2,130 7.62mm special ammunition. Troops in the Niger Delta area discovered and destroyed 16 dugout pits and recovered over 368,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 198,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, and over 5,200 liters of PMS. Let me now take our operations one after the other, beginning with the Northeast, where we have Operation Harden K. Troops of Operation Harden K recorded the following activities during the period under review. Troops conducted fighting patrols in Bama, Kondoga, Kaga, and Damboa local government areas of Borno State. Troops arrested terrorist ammunition suppliers or logisticians within the Maiduguri Metropolitan Council, Municipal Council. Troops conducted cordon and search operation in Kukawa local government area of the state. They also conducted raid in Bama local government area of the state. Ambush was conducted in Kondoga local government area of Borno State. And troops also received terrorists that surrendered with their families in Bama, Goza, and Mopa local government areas, all in Borno State. Overall, troops of Operation Harden K neutralized 27 terrorists during the week and arrested 4 of them. Troops recovered 22 AK-47 rifles, 1 Vector R4 rifle, and over 525 rounds of 7.62mm special, among others. We can now move straight to the North Central, where we have Operation Safe Haven. Troops of Operation Safe Haven recorded the following during the week on the review. They arrested violent extremists in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. They foiled attacks on locals by header militias in Bokos local government area of Plateau State. And they conducted raid operations in Sanga and Jama local government area of Kaduna State, as well as Riom local government area of Plateau State, respectively. Troops foiled kidnap incidents in Jama local government area of Kaduna State, and they carried out a follow-up on a kidnap incident that took place in Kaura local government area of Kaduna State. Troops arrested violent extremists in Mangu and Wase local government areas of Plateau State. They also arrested a header militia gang leader in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Talking a little about the situation that happened in Plateau State, specifically in Mangu local government area of the state, I would say that the situation was triggered by a combination of factors, including the attempted cattle rustling and the killing of a Wangulvul man by header militias. It was reported that a Wangulvul man riding on motorcycle along road Mangu Sabongeri Mangu Hall ran into a herd of cattle crossing the road on the 22nd of January 2024. The herders reportedly killed the Wangavul man on the spot. Consequently, Wangavul militias mobilized and attacked herders and Muslims resident around Gangwaram Quarter in the early hours of the 23rd of January. And since this incident, it has become a free-for-all between the header militias and the Wangavul militias mobilizing against each other. Now, this situation was exploited by unscrupulous elements to loot shops and other valuables within the Mangu township. There was also the burning of places of worship, including churches and mosques, raising the possibility of a religious dimension to the crisis. I'll tell you that the situation is still being addressed as more troops have been deployed to contain the situation. Having said that, I'll say that overall, troops of Operation Safe Haven neutralized 11 insurgents and arrested 22 violent extremists, as well as rescued 17 kidnapped hostages. Troops recovered 17 AK-47 rifles, over 321 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, among others. Still, in the North Central, we can move to Operation Wild Stroke. The troops of Operation Wild Stroke recorded the following during the period under review. Troops conducted raid operations to violent extremist hideouts in Nasarawa and Katsina Allah local government areas of Nasarawa and Benue State respectively. Troops responded to communal clash in Toto local government area of Nasarawa State. They also foiled attacks on civilians by violent extremists in Ukum local government area of Benue State. Troops arrested violent extremists and kidnapper gang in Obi local government area of Nasarawa State. Overall, the troops of Operation Wild Stroke neutralized 13 insurgents and arrested 30 of them. Troops also recovered 10 AK-47 rifles, over 269 rounds of 7.62 millimeter special, among others. Troops now to the northwest, where we have Operation Hadirin Daji. The troops of Operation Hadirin Daji recorded the following during the period under review. Troops conducted raid operations in Igabi and Sanga local government areas of Kaduna State. Troops conducted fighting patrols in Chikum and Kangara local government areas of Kaduna and Katsina states, respectively. Troops foiled attacks and neutralized violent extremists in Anka and Safi local government areas of Zamfara State, as well as Faskari local government area of Katsina State, respectively. Troops arrested suspected violent extremists in Dan Musa local government area of Katsina State. They also conducted offensive operations in Faskari and Safe local government areas of Katsina and Zamfara State, respectively. Troops foiled kidnapped incidents in Jalingo and Faskari local government areas of Taraba and Katsina State, respectively. Troops also arrested violent extremists in Ibi and Chikafi local government areas of Taraba and Zamfara states, respectively. Now to activities of the air component. On the 18th of January, the air component of Operation Hadirin Daji responded to intelligence on impending attacks by terrorists in Faskari local government area of Katsina State. The insurgents were led by one Isuhu Madele, the younger brother of a terrorist commander, Ado Aliru. The targets were acquired, confirming terrorist activities, and destroyed by rockets and cannons. Feedback indicates several of the terrorists were neutralized. Similarly, on the 20th of January, the air component of Operation Hadirin Daji conducted air interdiction on terrorist enclave known as Yellow Jambrus in Maru local government area of Zamfara State. The location was active with terrorist activities, targets acquired and destroyed. Several of the terrorists at the location were neutralized. Overall, troops of Operation Hadirin Daji neutralized 27 terrorists and arrested 6 of them, while rescuing 13 kidnapped hostages. Troops also recovered 1 general purpose machine gun, 13 AK-47 rifles, among other items. Let's now cross over to the northwest, where we also have another operation, Operation Wild Punch. The troops of Operation Wild Punch recorded the following during the period under review. Troops conducted offensive operations in Kuje and Buhari area councils of the Federal Capital Territory, as well as Akwanga and Nasarawa local government areas of Nasarawa State, and also Tafa in Niger State. Troops conducted fighting patrols in Buhari and Kuje area councils of the Federal Capital Territory. They arrested suspected illegal miners in Kuje area council of the FCT and rescued kidnapped hostages in Kagarko local government area of Kaduna State, as well as conducted night patrols in Buhari area council of the FCT. Significantly, on the 18th of January, following intelligence on the massing up of notorious terrorist kingpin known as Janari and his cohorts in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State, the air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air interdiction on sighting the terrorists. The terrorists that were gathered were neutralized. Also, on the 19th of January, following intelligence, the air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air interdiction in Chikum, local government area of Kaduna State. The targets who were responsible for the kidnapping incident that occurred along Kaduna Abuja Road were acquired and neutralized. Additionally, on the 20th of January, the air component of Operation Wild Punch conducted air interdiction on terrorist hideouts in Chukuba, Niger State. The location was acquired, confirming terrorist activities. The terrorists were neutralized. Overall, troops of Operation Wild Punch neutralized 12 terrorists, arrested 27 of them, and rescued 12 kidnapped hostages. Troops also recovered 13 AK-47 rifles and over 340 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition. Let's now move to the South-South, where we have Operation Delta Safe. The troops of Operation Delta Safe recorded the following during the period under review. They destroyed several illegal refining sites. They arrested suspected violent extremists in Warri North local government area of Delta State. They conducted raid operations in Usimili local government area of Delta State, as well as arrested violent extremists in Bodo Gokana local government area of Rivers State. Overall, troops of Operation Delta Safe recovered over 522,000 liters of stolen crude oil, over 338,000 liters of illegally refined AGO, over 700 liters of DPK, and over 5,200 liters of PMS. The troops also neutralized 2 violent extremists and apprehended 58 involved in crude oil theft. Troops also recovered 2 weapons, and 24 ammunition, among other items. Let's now go to the last but not the least, which is the southeast, where we have Operation Udoka. Troops of Operation Udoka recorded the following during the period under review. Troops recovered arms and ammunition in Afikpo, South local government area of Ebonyi State. Troops conducted raid operations in Hiete, Obinogu, and Udi local government areas of Imo and Enugu states, respectively. Troops neutralized violent extremists in Imo State. They also had a meeting engagement with violent extremists known as the Iza Militia in Uagu local government area of Ebonyi State. Troops also arrested violent extremists in Iko local government area of Ebonyi State, as well as arrested notorious violent extremists in Onitsha North local government area of Anambra State. Troops arrested violent extremists in Okigwe local government area of Imo State. Overall, the troops of Operation Udoka neutralized 4 terrorists or violent extremists and arrested 14 of them. Troops recovered 10 AK-47 rifles, over 273 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, and 177 cartridges, among others. In concluding, I will say that overall, we would like citizens to clearly understand why we are fighting this war against the terrorists and their cohorts across the country. We want citizens to understand that the terrorists will not stop until they are stopped. Everyone should understand that the terrorists and their cohorts, they exist for the sake of war. Therefore, for the sake of peace, they must be neutralized and eliminated. This will require all hands on deck, be it in our villages, communities, and environments. We must recognize the antics of these terrorists and their cohorts and support the military and the security forces to win this war. As a force, we are doing everything to guarantee the safety and security of citizens. We will continue to do more and make improvements as we move along. Our constitution as a country recognizes only one armed forces. Our constitution as a country recognizes only one police force. Anybody who wants to argue with that should know how to argue with that. In the course of my brief, I did make a mention of the fact that we did make arrests, and as we speak, arrests are still being made. It is a developing situation. It's an ongoing situation. More troops have been deployed to the location, and I can say that the situation is not above us to handle. We are handling it, and we will address it properly. Thank you.